Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
It is the 21st century. It is time to get over. Women are over 50% of our population.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. Putting your politics aside for a moment, today has the potential to be monumental in American history. Hillary Clinton is expected to be the first woman to ever receive a major party's nomination for President of the United States and accept it. And while you may be a Donald Trump supporter, women haven't even been able to vote for 100 years yet. Valley News Team's Bradford Eric asks, are we ready for a female to be president?
Ruckus cheers, loud music. The excitement surrounding Hillary Clinton is more than just because of her politics.
Partly I'm excited because I have a 16-year-old girl, and I think she looks ahead and says, things are possible now that weren't possible years ago. So to me, that's really exciting.
Clinton shattering the highest glass ceiling.
Well, I think it's cool because I'm a 16-year-old girl, and that gives me something to kind of aspire towards maybe and look up to.
Several other people who didn't want to be on camera were surprised that a candidate's sex was still playing a role in the election cycle. But few men dared to broach the subject.
And women are just as educated as we are. I think let's be human. Let's be real about it.
Anderson cited historical examples of women in positions of power, from queens in England and pharaohs in Egypt.
It's a big deal for a couple of reasons. First of all, obviously, we've never had a woman president. We've never had a woman get this far in the process. It's a big deal, especially in the United States, when you look at Europe and you see that they've had female leaders for a long time.
Ann Burnett is the director of Women and Gender Studies at NDSU. She says it's taken a long time for women to get this far. And if you're not a woman, it might not resonate with you.
Sometimes I thought I'd never see it. I'd never see the day, and it's just amazing to think that I've lived to a point where I've been able to see it.
So are we ready for a woman president?
Well, what does that mean? And one of the things it means is that what we value in leadership are the characteristics that are more likely to be held by a man. Aggressive, dominant.
Burnett says when we see these characteristics in women, it's often just written off or she's labeled as too aggressive. Agree or disagree, it's happening, and this election year could be one for the record books. Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
On the Republican side today, Donald Trump says he was only kidding when he appeared to encourage Russian intelligence agencies to turn over 30,000 hacked Hillary Clinton emails. Tonight at the Democratic National Convention, Clinton will formally accept the party's nomination. Car prowlers targeted another South Fargo neighborhood for the second time this week. Last night, police responded to 35th Avenue South near Courts Plus, and earlier this week, 35th Avenue near Essentia Hospital. Fargo police posted a 5-paragraph note on Nextdoor, a social networking service for neighborhoods, reminding people that they try to stop crime, but you can help prevent it by simply locking up your car and home. Police remind people, be aware of your neighborhood and don't be afraid to call them. Many people we spoke with say they think people are often too busy and forgetful to take the time to lock up.
I just say lock your car because it's the proper thing to do. And don't keep anything in your car that is of value if you don't want it stolen.
Something so simple. All you have to do is just press lock.
Coming up tonight on Valley News Live at 6, hear from people in one of the neighborhoods that was targeted. To some new information now. The search for a man last seen struggling in the Red River in Grand Forks is officially over. Police say they have been contacted by a person claiming to be the swimmer in question. The person did not leave their name, but provided details about the incident. Investigators say they do not believe the man is lying, so they consider the matter resolved. The initial report came in last week when a group of anglers called 911 after seeing a man struggling in the water. Police and rescue crews spent several hours searching, but came up empty. Take a look at this. Mandan police are reporting a missing security uniform that some thought might be connected to the Roger Maris Museum theft. We spoke with Lieutenant Patrick Haug, who doesn't believe the missing uniform is the same one in the recently released surveillance photos. As you can see, one is a darker color and the patch size is different. If you have any information about the Roger Maris theft, Fargo police would like to hear from you. An ATV accident sends 9 children in Becker County to the hospital. All were between the ages of 6 and 11, with an 11-year-old driver. And that has many of our viewers asking whether or not that's legal. So we did some checking with the Becker County Sheriff's Office and the Minnesota DNR. They say the only law on the books regarding ATVs is that they have to be registered with the state. Beyond that, it's the owner's discretion on who drives and rides it. When asked about possible penalties for parents who allow young children to drive, the Sheriff's Office said, yes, it is a possibility. Another nice day out there. Is there anything we need to watch out for tonight? Let's check in with Hutch for a look at tonight's forecast. Hutch?
Well, weather-wise, not too concerned about too much. Maybe mosquitoes will be the one thing on that list. Here is a look at what we have going on, and in our region, central South Dakota, seeing thunderstorms swirl through. We do have a couple of sprinkles showing up on the radar in the southern valley and a few clouds out there on this seasonable but slightly below average day. 79 in the 7 o'clock hour, dipping down into the 60s for another comfortable night of sleep. A north breeze at around 5 to 10 miles per hour for Fargo. Fergus Falls will be in the 60s by 9 o'clock. A quiet evening in Lakes Country, and up north, Grand Forks can expect much the same. Again, refreshing overnight temperatures. Again, shut the air conditioner off, open the windows, and enjoy the fresh air.
It has been nice.
You have to enjoy it because the heat is going to return.
As always, thanks, Hutch.
You bet.
Anticipation is building for the Bison football season, and with that anticipation, something new and big for fans this year. Right now, the Fargodome is upgrading its big screens. It's working with Daktronics to install 14 new LED video displays around the Fargodome. The Fargodome general manager, Rob Sobolik, says the boards will be finished by August 27th in time for the Bison home opener against Charleston Southern. We are 8 days away from the Summer Olympics in Rio de Janeiro, and as athletes are gearing up to compete, fans are getting ready to cheer for the USA. A former Bison track athlete will watch the games as a fan this time after competing in London in 2012. 33-year-old Amanda Smock holds 4 national triple jump titles and was 3 feet away from qualifying for this year's Olympic trials. She has since retired from her track career and moves on to the next chapter in her life, where she will sell homes in Minneapolis with Hatch Realty. She says although she'll miss being at the games, she is excited to watch it as a fan and will be glued to her TV.
I think I will have a new appreciation for the opening ceremonies as well. That was a highlight for me in London. So I'm really excited to watch that and observe, you know, as a spectator point of view.
Smock currently lives with her husband near Minneapolis and hopes to start a family in the near future. She says although she still eats healthy, she is excited to get away from her strict training diet. And remember, you can watch the summer games here on KVLY. Over the years, you have watched a new healthcare facility take shape across the Fargo skyline, and you'll soon be able to see it in person. Sanford Health tells us work on the new building is on track and will be open for patients in a year. There is still a lot of work that needs to be done, including landscaping, painting, and electrical. Once construction is finished, the remaining time will be used to train staff and move medical equipment into the building. Open houses and public tours will be held in June of next year. Get your spoons ready. Today is Dairy Queen's Miracle Treat Day. Dairy Queens across the country are blending up blizzards to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. Donations help support the programs, education, and special equipment during their time in a CMN hospital. The downtown Moorhead Dairy Queen donates 100% of its blizzard proceeds to help local families. When was the last time you printed a picture that you took on your cell phone? It is rare, even more so for mature women. Local photographer Elena Cannonberg is encouraging moms and grandmothers to take the time to take a professional picture that they're proud of.
So it's important so your kids, grandkids, and great-grandkids will get something absolutely beautiful of you and your mom, and especially approved by her, because it's very important for us to look good.
Tonight on Valley News Live, 10 at 10, Valley News Team's Lisa Badeau talks with Elena Kay about her 5-year photography project dedicated to her mom, and Lisa steps in front of the camera with her mom as well.